Welcome. Today I bring you the preview of the next chapter of The Ambassador's Daughter. Nair gets out of bed and leaves the room. In the hallway she hears things breaking and screams. Manek is in her room angrily breaking everything, while Atik begs her to stop, but Manek refuses and continues to break everything. Halise, Gulsier and Elvan go to see what is going on. Nair approaches, so Halise looks at her angrily. Nair asks Halise to tell Manek that she will leave and to take care of Manek for the sake of the baby. Manek storms out in anger. Nair tells her that she will leave and apologizes for the trouble, but Manek demands that she beg forgiveness from her baby for what she has done to them. So Elvan rages and yells at Manek to let go of Nair. Halise intervenes and orders Manek to go back to the room and stop acting like this. Manek angrily asks her if she is putting over Nair than the woman carrying her grandchild in her womb. Halise pushes Manek and takes her away, instructing Elvan and Zara to help Nair back to her room, but Nair leaves. Elvan asks her to wait. But Nair leaves the house. However, he sees Sanjar and Geddes fighting. Sanjar, seeing her, tries to approach, but Geddes stops him and tells him that they should ask Nair who she wants to stay with. Nair approaches them and tries to leave, but as Sanjar staggers, Sanjar hugs her and asks her what she is doing. Nair asks Geddes to take her home. He agrees and they leave together. Geddes comments to Nair that he wants to talk to her about something important. Sanjar sees them furious and rushes at Geddes, hitting him and knocking him unconscious. Everyone is shocked. Sanjar takes Nair by force. While she asks him to let her go, Sanjar shouts that Geddes is no longer welcome there and takes Nair to the house. Nair tells him that she hates him, so Sanjar laughs and asks if it's because he doesn't let her go or because he hit Geddes. Nair replies that she hates him for everything. Sanjar scoffs and asks her if it was out of hate that she got that bullet, but Nair angrily gets up and throws him out of the room. Sanjar says he knows she can't hate and that it's okay that she's angry for everything he's done, but that she is not going to let him go anywhere until he finds Akin and his accomplice. Nair asks him if she is then kidnapped there. Sanjar says no and that she is only a guest, so she can use the phone, but Nair says that she is not a guest there and that she is now a prisoner in the mansion that he promised her to enter as his wife, but that he broke his promise and married another woman. Sanjar says that's why he hates himself and tries to leave, but Nair asks him why he hit Geddes. Sanjar asks him not to ask about that and leaves, locking Nair up. Sanjar goes to see Kavarak and seeing him unconscious asks if he hadn't woken up. Aisha replies that Kavarak woke up but went back to sleep because of the medicines. Sanjar asks them to leave him alone with Kavarak and asks his friend to recover. Elvan and Zara try to make Geddes regain consciousness. Gulsier arrives with water, so Elvan throws it on Geddes, who wakes up startled. Zara and Gulsier leave, while Elvan scolds Geddes for trying to take Nair. Geddes warns him to stay out of it, but Elvan tells him that he is the one who fell in love with the wrong person. He also asks him what he wanted to talk to Nair about and if he was thinking of confessing his feelings. Geddes angrily asks him why he cares and asks him to leave him alone, but Elvan asks him what he thinks will happen if he keeps provoking Sanjar. Geddes shuts her up. Elvan reminds him that his enemy is not Sanjar, but Akin. Geddes nods and goes in the direction of the mansion, so Elvan asks her what she is going to do. Geddes tells her that she is not going to continue fighting and that she will go to talk to Sanjar. Elvan asks her to tell Sanjar about what Yaya did, since she is not able to do it. Besides, if Sanjar finds out that he has Yaya trapped in his house, he will be even more angry, and they already have a problem because of Nair. Geddes warns him that Sanjar will hurt Yaya if he finds out everything, but Elvan nods. Geddes tries to enter the mansion, but Hassan stops him and tells him that he can't enter because of Sanjar's orders, so Geddes leaves angry after complaining. Kavarak wakes up and hugs Sanjar. Kavarak sees his injured arm and asks him what happened to him. Sanjar tells him that someone was helping Akin to kidnap Nair and that in the end Nair was shot to protect him from Akin. Kavarak is saddened and blames himself for everything since he couldn't deliver Akin to the police. Kavarak worriedly asks him how Nair is. Sanjar tells him that he is not to blame and that Nair is fine. For his part, Nair creeps downstairs and listens to Kavarak and Sanjar's conversation. Kavarak asks him why he feels so bad if Nair is fine. Sanjar replies that he had said he would become an evil man if Nair would stay away from him, but he has become evil without even that happening. Worried, Kavarak asks him what he did to her, so Sanjar replies that he has locked Nair away. Kavarak asks him why he feels bad if he is protecting her from Akin. Sanjar replies that he will now force Nair to live with Manek, and that Nair should have entered that mansion as his wife. Instead of having to kowtow to the woman he actually married, Kavarak tells him that nothing can be done about it and that at least they are alive. He tells Sanjar that he has made many mistakes, but having Nair there is not one of them, as he can protect her this way. Nair enters the room, so Sanjar asks her annoyed how she could get out, if he had locked her in, but Nair says it's not the first time she's been locked in, and sits down next to Kavarak, saying that now that she's a prisoner at least she'll stay by his side. Sanjar, surprised, asks her if she is really going to stay. She asks if he expected her to stay, crying, saying that she doesn't plan to cry or bow down to him, but that she should hurry and find Akin as soon as possible so she can leave that place. Sanjar says he will go for Malik and then look for Akin. Salen warns Karaman that Akin is there. So Karaman is surprised and annoyingly asks Akin what he is doing there in the middle of the day, and claims Salen for going out when Nair could recognize her, so she should not even leave the room. Salen tries to excuse herself but Karaman yells at her and throws her out. Then Karaman asks Akin why he came back. Akin tells him that he took his money and sent him with people who knocked him unconscious, accusing him of betraying him. Karaman tells him that he should be thankful that he was not shot and asks him what he wants. Akin replies that he has gone to him to fulfill his promise. Karaman replies that he already fulfilled his part of the deal, which was to kidnap Nair and deliver her to him, and that him shooting Nair is not his fault, so his business with him is over and he kicks him out, but Akin threatens him to tell Sanjar that he was the one who kidnapped Nair and framed Yaya. Karaman replies that Sanjar will want proof and it all points to Yaya, but Akin says he has his own proof, and shows him the recording of the call they had, where they were planning how to frame Yaya. Saying he wants him to hand over Nair, Karaman replies that it is not possible as Sanjar has her under surveillance inside the mansion. Akin is surprised and asks if Sanjar took Nair with his wife. Karaman comments that Sanjar has people looking for him, so as soon as they see him they will catch him. Akin says that he needs to take Nair and escape before Sanjar finds him, but Karaman tells him that he should not rush, as they have some time since they framed Yaya, so they should let them attack each other to act. Akin says that he will then stay there until that happens and orders him to introduce him to Sanjar's wife, as they both need Nair to get out of Sanjar's mansion and they could cooperate. On his part, Sanjar goes to change his clothes. Manek looks at him enraged, so Sanjar warns him not to bother Nair. Then he sees her injured hand, so he asks her what happened to it. Manek remembers the argument from before, where Halis ordered her to pick up everything she broke. Then she, enraged, took a glass to attack but she cut her hand. Atik told Halis to see the injuries she caused to Manek being pregnant, but Halis complained about, saying that even though she is pregnant she is fed up with her whims, and she should be as noble as Nair, who took a bullet for Sanjar and is not complaining. Then Manek asked who attacked Sanjar and who kidnapped Nair. Manek tells Sanjar that he just cut himself and asks if those who kidnapped Nair were caught and if he took Nair to live there to protect her. Sanjar replies that he has taken her to protect her, but Nair is not his mistress but the mother of his daughter. Manek tells him that because he is protecting the mother of his daughter he is torturing her, who is the mother of his next baby. Atik looks angrily at Sanjar, who leaves upset. Manek tells her mother that she should go meet the hero who kidnapped Nair. Elvan wonders if he should tell Sanjar about what happened with Yaya. Sanjar comes out and upon seeing her asks him what he is doing there. Elvan answers that he wanted to tell her something, but he doesn't dare to reveal anything about Yaya, so he asks her to let him accompany him to see Melik, since the girl doesn't know about what happened and is still angry with him, so she could be of help, so Sanjar accepts. Geddes arrives home angry asking for Melik. Moog replies that he is with Rafika and that he told Melik that Nair would arrive soon. Noticing a blow he asks what happened to him. Geddes asks for Yaya. Moog replies that Loki is with him and asks him to tell him what happened. Geddes replies that Sanjar hit him, so Moog is upset that they fought again. Geddes says that this time it's something different, as Sanjar won't even let him set foot in his grandfather's mansion. Moog asks him to calm down and asks him if it's that Sanjar took Nair to the mansion. Geddes says that Sanjar has locked her there and that when he tried to take her away Sanjar freaked out. Moog asks him if he revealed his love to her. Geddes says no, but he will. Moog asks him not to, so Geddes angrily asks him why. when Sanjar has her locked up and Nair herself asked him for help to get out of that house. Mook tells him that Nair only asked him as a friend and that it will be different if she finds out his feelings for her. Geddes says that at least he hasn't hurt her, like Sanjar. Mook replies that Nair is used to Sanjar hurting her. But with him it's not like that, and that confessing his love is a mistake. But Geddes will then make that mistake and it will be up to Nair to decide. Nair talks to Kavarak about the engagement with Aisha, trying to convince him that there is hope that Zara has feelings for him and that he should give up the engagement with Aisha. But Kavarak denies the possibility that Zara will ever love him. Aisha arrives with food for Kavarak. Zara arrives and takes Aisha's tray away to give the food to Nair and Kavarak. Halise arrives and is upset to see Zara with Kavarak. So she comments that Aisha is very loving and that Kavarak should recover so they can celebrate their wedding. So Zara coughs uncomfortably. And so we end this preview. Until next time.